Okay, smart people, it's time for your annual reminder that life on Earth is good, like really good. We've got oxygen to breathe, a climate that's habitable and full of yummy food. But this has not always been the case. In fact, there have already been 5 mass extinctions that have nearly wiped out all life on Earth. And if we keep up with business as usual, we could be facing the 6th. Today we are going to talk about the first mass extinction, which happened about 443 million years ago and got rid of over 85% of all species. So here's how life on Earth went from this to this. First, let's set the stage. Around 500 million years ago, most of the ocean water was a dead zone devoid of oxygen. But then photosynthetic bacteria evolved, which released so much oxygen into the atmosphere that it started to dissolve into the oceans. This made the water habitable for animals with big appetites for oxygen, like the ancestors of today's mollusks, jellyfish, and worms. These animals flourished. The oceans teemed with life, and eventually some of them grew hard shells and skeletons. This was great because it gave the microscopic bacteria that lived in their tissues access to the abundant oxygen in the atmosphere. This gave them enough energy to make more complex organic molecules, which eventually led to the evolution of larger, more diverse animals. So basically, the oxygen that these animals breathed also helped make them. But around 443 million years ago, they took things too far. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, one theory to explain this mass extinction is that these animals ate too much oxygen. This may sound a bit confusing given that we humans and pretty much all living land animals today use oxygen to live. But the thing is, even though animals need oxygen to breathe, that doesn't mean that they help oxygen get around. You see, oxygen is actually pretty good at dissolving in water, but it's not very good at traveling through the air. So on early Earth, animals near the surface of the water breathed oxygen directly from the atmosphere. The stuff dissolved in the water was used by animals lower down, where there wasn't enough oxygen in the atmosphere for them to breathe directly. So animals near the top didn't really care about keeping oxygen levels high in the water. They just scooped the oxygen right out of the air. As long as the atmosphere had enough oxygen, everyone was happy. But as animals with shells and skeletons grew larger and more numerous, they sucked up so much oxygen from the atmosphere that the levels in the water started to drop. For animals lower in the water, this would have been like holding your breath for a long time. Eventually, they would have suffocated, leading to the demise of the entire ecosystem. Also, all those dead animals would have sunk to the bottom of the ocean and decomposed, which would have sucked up even more oxygen and added more to the problem. Now, some animals did manage to survive this catastrophe, but without their bigger shelled brethren to eat them, those animals probably struggled to find enough food. The fossil record shows us that it took 60 million years for life to recover from this mass extinction. The good news is that unlike on Earth, there's no real evidence that an asteroid was to blame. It seems like this mass extinction was caused by animals breathing too much of a good thing, which is kind of ironic. And that is why it is so dang important that we keep our planet's systems in balance. It is something that humans have done since the beginning of our existence. But now we have the knowledge to do it intentionally. We can grow more trees to absorb carbon dioxide and produce oxygen. We can build better cities to conserve water. We can develop new technologies to clean up pollutants. There are so many ways we can keep our planet healthy and thriving. So yes, the world can be a scary place, especially when it comes to our planet's future. But just remember, life on Earth is good. And while we can mess things up sometimes, we have the intelligence and capacity to fix it. We just have to work together. And that is something that I am very optimistic about. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe my channel to support my work. See you next time.